Good morning, children. Welcome to our class. Today we'll be doing the demonstration on chapter 5, that is spreadsheet and introduction. In the previous lesson we have discussed about the spreadsheet. Okay, so I'll just like to demonstrate the different components of the spreadsheet. So let me do the demonstration. Okay, so in the last class I have given you the theory class. In the theory class we have discussed about the this one. These are the different components. So the top component, this one is the quick access toolbar, and these are the tabs. Different tabs are there. See, look at this. Different tabs are available. Different tabs are there. Then you have the title bar. So this is the title here. Book 1 MS Excel is the title bar. Then we have a name box over here. Here we will be getting the name of the cell. Then also we have the ribbon. So this one, when I click home, you see all this list. All this list are the ribbons, and different ribbons are there. When we click on the tab, we'll get the ribbons. See, look at the different ribbon over here. So these are the different ribbons. And this bar here, this is the bar where it's also called formula bar. We can write the formulas over here. We can type the formulas, and these things which you are seeing is called the worksheet. So different sheets are there. By default there are 3 sheets: sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. And the last one, the last one is the status bar. Okay, so these are the components of Excel windows. So we have discussed about what is definition of this title bar, quick access toolbar. So this different quick bar, we can save the documents, we can print the documents, isn't it? So different things we can make as a bar. Now let us discuss how to enter the formulas, how to enter the data in the spreadsheet. Suppose if I have to enter a data over here, I just have to take the cursor and select the cell. Then with the help of the keyboard, I can just write the text like this. So I can type the text or data, and also I can write it will be seen in the formula. Whatever you write, it is seen in the formula bar. I write here. If I write here also subject, suppose if I write here computers, so it is displayed on the formula bar. Similarly, we can. So last time I just made some diagram in that one. So these are called the rows. These are called the columns. The columns is indicated by the column letters, and these are the rows. The intersections of rows and columns makes the cell, and each cell consists of address. So this is D3. So it's in D column and third row. This is the address of the cell. So computer is typed in A2, that means A column, second row. So cell address is there. So all the cells is represented by its address, and the cells are the intersection of rows and columns. So this is what is there. Now let me type some data and find out the total. So here I have written the marks. So I'll just write computer, then I'll write English, then I'll write maths. Okay, now I'll put the imaginary marks. Suppose marks, if I write marks over here 22 and 21, then out of 25. Now I can get the total. I can just get the total here by giving the formula. So this is how we can enter a data in the cell. Entering the data in the spreadsheet is very easy. So the numbers are right aligned and the text are left aligned. Okay. So three types of data can be entered. The labels, so these names and all are called labels. And values are there. Now if I write a formula, then formula can also be entered. Okay. Now the next, let us discuss about the referencing. So as I mentioned there, we can add this number also. So three types of referencing is there. So relative referencing and absolute referencing. Let me give you the example. So here in the B cells I am writing the number 1 and number 2. So I will be putting the values here 23, 24, 25 and here 24, 34 and 19. Then the third number 3, number 3 I can write the values number 3. So number 3 also I'll give the value, that is 22, 21, 27 and 24. Okay. So these are the, here I have just taken 3 values also. I'll just take the 3 values, that is still 27. Okay, now see. So in our previous class we have discussed about the types of reference. There are 2 types of reference. So cell reference refers to the cell or a range of cell in a spreadsheet. So this helps the Excel to find the value of the data to be calculated by the formulas. And in relative referencing is used when you want to use the same calculation across the multiple rows and columns. Same calculations if I have to use, I can use that. So I'll just be demonstrating the relative referencing. Now see, if I have to find the average, so what formula do I have to write? So I have to write so I want to take the average of this number. So here I'll be using the relative referencing. So I'll write the formula as, so it is there. What is the formula? So I need to write equals to, now what is the address of this cell? This is B column, second row, plus B column third row, plus B column this row. Now this divided by 3. If I write this, do I get the answer? 55 point something is coming. Let me see, something wrong I think. Equals to, write the bracket, then you write this cell plus this cell plus this cell. Give the bracket, then just give the division operators and just give the value 3. So this is the correct answer. So I didn't give the bracket, so I get the wrong answer. So here, see, this is the average. Now, if I have to, when I copy this, now see, if I have to, when I copy this, this is the relative referencing, the value, see, look at this address. So what is the address? So I am giving B2 plus B3 plus B4 divided by 3, and this one is, if I have to take the average here, it will be C2 plus C3 plus C4. So when I copy this and paste, when I copy this and if I paste this one, the reference will, when I copy this and paste. So if I just drag this and see, it's coming like this. So when I copy this in the different cell, then the address reference will change automatically. So this type of referencing is called relative referencing. So another type of referencing is called the absolute referencing. So in absolute referencing, we can fix the rows and columns. Absolute referencing is used when you do not want to change the values of the calculations after the cell is copied. To use the absolute cell referencing, you need to add the dollar sign. So how do I have to write the same formula? So I just have to write equals to followed by the bracket. Now I want to fix the column, so I have to put the dollar sign, dollar B. Again I have to fix the row, that is row 2 plus, then again dollar B, dollar 3 plus dollar B, dollar B, dollar 4. So 3 rows, same that 3 rows we are adding and we are finding the average by dividing the 3. So when I press enter, I am getting the answer 24. But when we copy the formula, so when we copy the formula and paste it in the cell, then you will not, the reference of that cell will not change. So look here, same thing is coming, B and all. So in the previous case it changed. Now in this case, in the absolute referencing, we put the dollar sign and it became permanent. The row become permanent, absolute. So when we copy it, the referencing is not changing. So just see, just paste it here and see, paste, okay. Leave this one. Okay, so this is absolute referencing. Now let us come to the calculation. Now how to add the cells? Now if I have to add, so if I have to add these cells, I just have to put the, if I have to add these 3 numbers, or if this number 1 total, if I have to find the total over here, if I have to put the total here, I just have to write the formula, that is equals to, select the cell where the sum. So I want to show my sum here. Then we have to type the sum equals to SUM sum. After that, we can just select this, click the cell whose sum is required. So I want to get the sum of these 3 numbers. So I can write equals to, I can add by using the formula, this cell plus this cell plus this cell plus this cell. So if I add this, then I am getting the total 96. So this way you can add the thing. So instead of using, you can use the formula. So in case if it's a very large datas are there, so here we can use the sum also. So in order to use the sum, we can just write equals to sign, sum function, open the bracket, then sum of what? Sum of this number, this, here to here, and close the bracket. So when we specify this also, we can get the sum of the number. Similarly, if I have to subtract the number, suppose if I have to subtract the number 96 minus 30. So I have to write the formula equals to, this is the cell 96, I want to subtract, use the operator 30, enter. So this is how you can get the formula. You can see in the formula bar. So this way we can subtract also. We can multiply also. If I have to multiply, this multiply by this. So equals to, this multiplication symbol is there, asterisk symbol is the multiplication symbol, this multiplied by this multiplied by this. Okay, so I can multiply also. So this is how we can perform the calculation in the Excel. Now the next one is AutoSum. So AutoSum feature in Microsoft Excel. So AutoSum features are available in Excel. It's called AutoSum. To use the AutoSum features, you have to follow this step. Select the cells where your result. Suppose I want to add this using the AutoSum. Select the cell. I want to add to get the total here. Then after that I just have to go to the home tab. This is my home tab. Then editing group is there. Where is the editing group? Here, this one, here. Okay. Now I want the sum. So sum of this number. If I press, when I press on that, I am getting the answer 96 automatically. So select, go to AutoSum, click on where you want to put, you just put that. Wherever you want to show that sum, put the cursor there, select it, go to AutoSum and press the enter key. Easily you can get the answer. Okay, so AutoSum feature is there. Saving the worksheet. If I have to save the worksheet, you just have to go to this one, Office tool, Office button, then you just have to go to save. If you are saving for the first time, it will ask you to enter the name and the password. Okay, if you have to enter the name and the password, so you can just click on the save. So this is how we do MS Excel 2016 or 7 MS Excel. So in the next class I will be demonstrating other functions. Okay, so this is the end of our demonstration class. Thank you.